It's a mystical world out there, and today we're going to be talking about aliens and why they were projected for 2025. So, first, before I get into it, I just want to apologize and say I am so sorry for my speaking voice. I'm really trying to work on it. I'm somebody who went from saying maybe 5 words a day to now trying to do this, so my apologies. Hopefully, I get better with time. I plan to be consistent with this and give you more episodes with information. Anyway, with that being said, let's get into it. So lately, there's been more serious talk about aliens from the media to the government, as we know. In September of 2025, there was a rumor going around that aliens were about to invade Earth. Never happened, not as far as we know, but there was no televised spaceship landing of little green aliens, there's no shaking hands with world leaders or anything like that, but we can't deny all of the unusual alien-related events leading up to this rumor, from Congress hearings on the subject to mysterious drones in the sky. So, yeah, we can't deny it. On September 9th of 2025, the Task Force on the Declassification of Federal Secrets held a hearing called Restoring Public Trust Through UAP Transparency and Whistleblower Protection. UAP meaning Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon. UAP journalist George Knapp made a testament where he discussed his concerns for the public. Concerns? I meant to say concerns for the public being consistently dismissed when trying to report their sightings, and how everything changed when he found documents that he claimed were squeezed out of the U.S. government after the FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, turned into law. Documents that suggest aliens are far from fiction, but real, with technology beyond anything that we have. And I believe him. I do. If you've seen any of those interviews, I absolutely believe what he was saying. He is not someone that comes across... He comes across as someone who is very scared and who just wants to warn the public. He is scared of these things. So whether, I am someone who has the belief that there are good aliens and bad aliens, he sounds like someone who has run into some pretty bad aliens. I hate to say that. Who knows what we're gonna run into in the future. Anyway, before that, there was a congressional hearing in July of 2023 where David Grush, a former U.S. intelligence officer and whistleblower, made significant claims regarding UAP. He discussed the existence of a covert program to cover up the existence of found spacecraft, withholding information from Congress, and alleged people have been harmed, injured, or even killed in efforts to cover up this information. So anyways, moving on, in late 2024 to 2025, it would be hard not to stumble across a video or news article about the mysterious drone sightings in the U.S. The sightings reportedly began in New Jersey and quickly spread to nearby states. Most of these drones were reported as being the size of a car with a loud hum without navigation lights. They were often spotted near sensitive locations like law enforcement facilities, reservoirs, and power plants. Investigators determined the reports mainly consisted of authorized drones and misidentified objects, but they also admitted that there was, in fact, a concurrent pattern of unauthorized incursions over sensitive defense installations. So they weren't denying it completely. They definitely weren't. They admitted it. There was some interesting things going on during the drones. The hype dwindled by the start of 2025. It caused a lot of rumors, caused a lot of speculation. Many believed it was a distraction from something else going on. And, well, when I did my research on this, the biggest event, come on, think about it. What was going on at that time? It was the U.S. 2024 elections. That's what was going on exactly when we were having this drone stuff. Also, we cannot forget this. In 2024, we had the Miami Mall incident on January 1st. Do you remember that? I do. I mean, it was weird. That was the weirdest thing I have ever saw on the news because it just didn't make any sense because it was just like I remember seeing different news articles on it and it was like it was weird. It was not news articles, but it was like more, it was all over YouTube. I remember that. So it was rumors spreading of tall, dark aliens. They were wandering around the Bayside Marketplace Mall in Miami. Over 100 police officers showed up. There were reports of a fight between teenagers that broke out and a possible active shooter. And somehow this turned into an alien invasion. I have no idea why. It was probably could have been for fun. I don't know. Whether or not it's true, it just makes me wonder whether the blame fell on aliens. And if we go a little farther back in 2023, sorry, I hope I said that right, a Las Vegas family, remember that? They reported the tall, big-eyed aliens in their backyard after a bright flash in the sky. Pretty sure somebody got the video of the bright flash. Very, very strange. That family seemed very genuine. They seemed very scared. And why this was going on, I don't know. Could something have been starting around 2023 to 2024 or 25? Like, is something going on? I don't know, but something seemed to have been starting around that time. Anyway, starting as in maybe aliens are slowly making their way into our society, or they're trying to incorporate themselves more and make themselves more known. But whether or not, I think this is the beginning of that, actually, let me say real quick that I think they've always been here. They've always been here. The aliens, they've been here before we've been here. They are in charge. I truly believe that. So anyway, moving on. There's a lesser known story about the Boogosphere, an alleged alien-made object obtained in South America in early 2025. It was caught on video and it was recovered from where it landed in Colombia. The sphere, it was named after the city it flew over, and a local named David Velez El Potro found this strange object, and he refused to hand it over to the Colombian government for observation. So if you don't know, this sphere, it was covered in symbols. It was similar to ancient scripts, and it really gave the appearance of being something that was just not of this world. Could somebody have made it? Probably, but I just don't know. It's just very different scripts, ancient. Organic resin was found inside, and it dates back to over 12,000 years ago, and it predating known advanced metalworking. So I don't know. Think about that. Did I say that? I'm sorry. Did I say that correctly? I am just such a horrible speaker. If you did not hear that, let me repeat it again. Organic resin found inside dates back from over 12,000 years ago. So that predates any advanced metalworking. Scientists who were able to examine the sphere claimed it contained a maze of fiber optic wires and emitted a powerful energy that killed the soil and grass it landed on and made people who got close to it sick. Little information has been released about this thing since it was brought to Mexico City for further examination. If it's confirmed as ancient, think about it. I mean, it could rewrite the timelines of human technology development as we know it. So think about that. It's very strange. I don't know what we're dealing with there. Anyway, the last subject I want to bring up in this case is the interstellar object 31 Atlas. Most scientists claim this object is nothing more than a comet unless you ask esteemed Harvard physicist Avi Loeb. He insists the object is no ordinary comet. He claims there are 12 different abnormalities that suggest the 3-mile-long object may have been created by alien life. Of the abnormalities is the comet's tail facing the wrong direction of the sun. This anti-tail possibly suggests it is some kind of exhaust from an engine of sorts. Think about it. It's an anti-tail. That means it's going the way that a comet shouldn't be going. It could be an engine, right? It's also strange where the comet is so-called parked in a space where the gravity of the sun and Jupiter cancel each other out, so thus the object isn't destroyed. Telescopes reveal the presence of nickel among other characteristics that make it different from a regular comet. So there's lots and lots of things about this interstellar object, this thing that they call 31 Atlas. There's a lot of just strange things about it, and I don't know. I agree with this scientist. I think there's a lot of scientists who were, also looking at this thing, and they said, no, there's nothing to it except this man. He really insists that there is something different about it, and he claims that the chances of this comet having so many abnormalities is low, very low. And so I agree. I think he's telling the truth. Next time 31 Atlas will pass Jupiter is on March 16th, 2026, giving scientists another chance to take a closer look. So I guess we're just going to have to wait until it comes back and see. But I think it's strange. I think it's strange that they found it, again, around this time. This recent last few years, just lots and lots of stuff about the aliens, I'm telling you. So looking back, it makes me wonder, also something about this all, why, this is my question, basically. It used to be so important that they're covering it up, but they don't seem to be covering it up so much anymore. It seems to be more of like a mainstream topic. People are more open to it. People are talking about it more, which is awesome. I think people are realizing that the likelihood of aliens is probably actually truly less likely. Or no, the thought of no aliens here is probably less likely than the thought of aliens here. So it's just totally different. Times have totally changed. People are way more open to this subject. People are seeing things. More things are happening. We're talking more about them. That's why I'm creating this channel. Is it ridiculous? Yes. Am I a horrible speaker? Absolutely. Am I not smart enough to do something like this? Yes. I mean, I'm a dumb as a fucking rock. Like, I don't mean to swear on here, but like, I am not somebody who should be making these videos. I truly am just not equipped for this stuff, but I am trying. I want to get my story out there. I want to hear other people's stories. I think that this conversation should be going, and I just want to be another place on the internet for people to go to share their stories, and listen to other people's stories, and share things like this, because there was a huge rumor going around that aliens were supposed to be revealing to themselves in September. So anyway, and with all that being said, I just really hope at the end of the day that we get the good aliens, okay? I hope that we get the good guys, but I have a feeling that we're probably messing with aliens that have, good intentions, and I don't want to say bad, but maybe they just don't regard us as anything important. And so with all that being said, can you blame anyone for believing aliens were about to make their big debut? I cannot blame anyone for saying, yeah, aliens are coming down. They're going to be making themselves known, and we're all going to know who they are finally. It's going to come to an end. They're going to invade, and that's it. We're done. Anyway, thanks for being here. Stay mystical. See you in the next video.